In the Herald this week, Pope Leo XIV's first major document, Dilexi Te, I Have Loved You, urges Christians to go back and reread the Gospel. He reminds us that faith and love for the poor go hand in hand. The Pope calls us to see the very face of Christ in the poor. Love for the poor, whatever form their poverty may take, is the evangelical hallmark of a church faithful to the heart of God. He warns against a culture that discards others without even realizing it. Love for the Lord is one with love for the poor, he said, essential to holiness. Pope Leo points to Saint Therese of Calcutta, who made the poor the sacramental presence of the Lord. In the poorest of the poor, he writes, Christ continues to suffer and rise again. On Saturday, 27th September, parishioners from the Archdiocese of Kuala Lumpur joined Hari Cuci Malaysia 2025. 13 buses brought families, children and parish groups to Pantai Cahaya Negeri, Port Dickson, where they joined hundreds in cleaning the beach. The Archdiocesan Office for Human Development, together with Creation Justice Ministry, Montfort Boys Town, NGOs and 200-plus volunteers partnered with the Housing and Local Government Ministry for this nationwide gotong royong. Side by side, participants cleared plastics, wood and paper, while children shared on TV3 while caring for creation matters. Altogether, 6,462 tons of trash were cleared across the country. On September 18th, the Creation Justice Commission of the Malacca Johore Diocese, together with Caritas MJD, the Malaysian Nature Society and the Johor State Forestry Department, joined hands for the Seed to Tree Reforestation Programme at Hutan Lipur, Gunung Berlumut. The effort, part of the Regenerate campaign themed Regenerate Hope for Flora and Fauna, seeks to care for creation and renew the gift of nature entrusted by God. 45 participants from 6 parishes worked alongside forestry rangers to collect over 700 saplings, later replanting them in a nursery. 50 wild fruit trees were also planted, sponsored by Bishop Bernard Paul, parishioners and the Rotary Club, living symbols of unity, care and hope. The Church of Saint Teresa in Nilai celebrated the Feast of Saint Therese of Lisieux from October 1st to 5th. More than 1,000 parishioners and pilgrims joined the celebration, marking 100 years since the canonization. Father Nicholas Ho, OCD, opened with Saint Teresa's words, I thirst and my vocation is love. He urged the faithful to trust in God. Father George Harrison called parishioners to mission, while Father Victor Lewis reflected on a family's faith through suffering. The highlight was a solemn procession around the church. The statue of Saint Therese was carried through 6 stations, followed by the Blessed Sacrament as the rain finally cleared. Parishioners brought home flowers, a tribute to the little flower. Through her little way, Saint Therese still shows that being a missionary means one thing: to love deeply. From a restless law student to a missionary priest in the deserts of Africa, Father Francis Teo's journey is one of courage, surrender and faith. Once the only Malaysian and first Asian in the missionary community of St. Paul the Apostle, MCSPA, that call began with curiosity, adventure, and one unexpected letter from a bishop in Kenya that changed his life forever. From hitchhiking across Africa to caring for mothers and children in Turkana, from clashing with his father to reconciling through grace, Father Francis's journey is a moving testimony of faith, surrender, and the quiet power of saying yes to God. This Mission Sunday, read Father Francis's story in our Vocation Spotlight. On your way out, do drop us a like and subscribe if you haven't for more Catholic news and stories. Bye!